Welcome everybody to Face and Get Together, Dad's Fighting Cancer First podcast. I'm your host, Brendan Simmons, and I got two special guests in the building with me today, Ms. Rosalind and Shatara Spann. How you ladies doing today?
Doing great, Brendan.
Doing great today?
Doing great.
All right. We're going to dive a little deep into it today. Ms. Shatara Spann, how you doing?
I am just fine.
All right. So I want to know a little bit about Dad's Fighting Cancer, right? Mm-hmm. Where it was founded, how it came about, stuff like that. Let me know a little bit like when it started and what inspired it.
Okay. So I'm actually the CEO and the founder of Dad's Fighting Cancer. It was founded back in 2017, shortly after I lost my father to cancer. My father, Pastor Tom Spann, Sr.
What kind of cancer though?
My father had non-Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Okay.
So he battled for 4 years until he went home. And then shortly after, this vision was created. And my whole goal was to just educate more men. Though I lost my father to cancer, there are still other men battling cancer.
Oh, man. Mm-hmm. Okay. Ms. Rosalind Spann.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I want to ask you, what role do you play with Dad's Fighting Cancer? And what's your take on Dad's Fighting Cancer?
I am Ms. Rosalind Spann. I am the president of Dad's Fighting Cancer. And I am also the spouse of Pastor Tom Spann.
So you're a big player in this game.
Yes.
Right? Okay. And you're the daughter, right?
Yes.
Just to clear that up.
Yes.
But, okay. So, what's your mission, Shatara? What's your mission? What's Dad's Fighting Cancer's mission?
The mission for Dad's Fighting Cancer is to educate and empower men who are battling cancer, also to support their families who are dealing with cancer as well.
Absolutely. How can people help you with this mission?
People can help with this mission by donations. We always need volunteers. We constantly need hands-on people who can go out and actually spend one-on-one time with clients, and then also just being able to be available for transportation, as far as taking some of the clients back and forth to doctor's appointments. As far as donations, those donations help fund the resources that we are providing for the community.
Okay. What did Dad's Fighting Cancer do so far to help men out?
So there's plenty. The list goes on as far as what we have done. One thing that I can say, we host every year an annual event where we invite the community to come out and be a part of just any kind of cancer awareness. We bring out different performers, we bring out different entertainers, and we also have an event where it's called Boxing Out Cancer, where men and women, they'll get in the ring and they fight towards the cause. So whether it's non-Hodgkin's, lung cancer, breast cancer, whatever their cause is that they're fighting towards, and then they raise those funds so that we are able to give back to men who are battling cancer.
Okay. When did you know it was time to do something about cancer? I'm pretty sure it's around that time when your father passed, but...
Yeah, I would say close to the time when I realized, like, when my dad was first diagnosed, because he looked healthy and was still active, it's kind of hard to say, this is such a serious disease because... you get a diagnosis, but he still looked healthy and was still active and doing everything normal.
I know how that feels.
But as it got closer to, the time where he was doing chemo and we started traveling, going up the road, for different procedures and surgeries, then you kind of realize, this is really serious. It starts to hit you in a different type of a way.
It does. I feel you.
And you would know about that too because your dad battled cancer as well.
Absolutely. Stay tuned in the second episode.
Yeah. So.
But yeah.
Then I realized, it was more to the story than just within my household because around me I had friends who were also battling cancer with their own fathers. You were one of those friends who was battling cancer within your own household. And then I had two other friends whose dads were battling cancer. And it actually took a conversation with I have a friend who she's in Georgia now, but her father passed away the year before my father. And I just sat down with her one day. I overheard her speaking on the phone, and I sat down and I was like, how do you deal with this? Like, how do you go day to day dealing with cancer in your house? Because you know, you leave out of your house and you go to work. It's not an everyday topic that you just bring up. It's not, hey, what did you have for breakfast? It's almost as if, you know, it's one of those hush hush type of topics. You don't just bring it up. And so when I realized that she was dealing with the same thing that I was dealing with from the child perspective, I realized, okay, this is a bigger issue than just my household. And it actually took the passing of my father to give me the passion and the desire to actually even want to dig deeper into cancer and to study and learn more about it.
That makes sense. So what's your take? I know you have, your husband obviously passed from this. What's your take on cancer and what can you do? You know, what are you looking to get out of this, or what are you doing for Dads Fighting Cancer to make sure this succeeds?
Well, it's a disease that needs to be talked about more. A lot of people don't like to address it. You know, if you hear cancer, everybody start running, you know, because they in fear of their lives. Like cancer, they automatically make it a death sentence.
Right.
Which necessarily it doesn't have to be a death sentence if it is detected on time.
That's right.
And the thing is that people just have to be more proactive about their health care, especially men. Women, we tend to go and get our physicals and our annuals and things like that. But men, they run away from it. They shine away from it because, like I just said, they generally like, if I go to the doctor, they're going to tell me something bad, and I don't want to hear any bad news. It's like you do good before you go to the doctor, then all of a sudden you go to the doctor and they tell you something, and everything just start going wrong, you know. And I remember that's how my husband felt. Like, he didn't like going to the doctor, you know. Like, I'm not going to no doctor because if I go to the doctor, they're going to tell me one thing, and then everything else is just going to go wrong. But
like a car, right? Yes. Like if one thing goes wrong in the car, then a lot of other things go wrong in the car.
Yes.
I can attest to that, to be honest. So
so that was his thing, you know. Like he would, and he had signs, but it's just like when you start getting signs of stomach aches, back aches, joints hurting. You got a cough that you had more than 3 weeks, or you got night fevers, or you feeling a lump here, or headaches. Your body's speaking to you. It's letting you know that something is wrong. That's your way of that's your warning sign. That's your way of knowing, getting to the core of things of what's going on. So when you get these warning signs, go to the doctor. You know, I mean, I know everybody don't like doctors, but they're there for a purpose.
Absolutely.
You know, understand? I mean, even when Jesus was here on earth, and he's the miracle healer, he could do anything, but they still had physicians back then to treat people that were sick. So there is warning signs. The physicians are here for a reason, and that's to treat you for whatever your illness may be. So it's very important, and the purpose and the mission of this organization is to encourage men to be more proactive in their health care. We want them to be proactive. We want to educate them. We want to encourage them because they are our kings. You guys are our kings. They're the head of the household, and when they're affected, the whole household is being affected by what's going on.
Amen.
That's true.
Absolutely. I want to give my experience a little bit here. So recently, I just had a colonoscopy, right? And I hate to admit it, but it took me a while to get that, right? I really didn't want to go because I thought it was going to be something that I didn't want to hear, right? I didn't want to hear that I had cancer or something. It was like, look, I'm 32 years old. What am I doing? Getting a colonoscopy, you know? And I know, you know, they always told me it's always good to get a colonoscopy, you know, when you're 40. That's when you should start doing it. But because I felt pain in my stomach, I took that extra step and I got it done beforehand. But thank God it wasn't, it wasn't cancer, but but what if it was? I caught it before it actually like really did some damage.
And not only that, but because your father also passed away from cancer, and I'm not sure what type he had, but that's a cue right there. It's like you have to go at an early age now and get these tests, because some of these things are diseases that run in families.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
it's inherited. So yeah, like even in lung cancer, it's like even in my family, my grandmother passed of colon cancer, and her sister passed of, she had colon cancer. So it's just like running from generation to generation. I've had two cousins this year passed away from cancer. One with lung cancer, and the other one, I think it was colon cancer. So yeah, and then my cousin calls the other day and said there's another one of her brothers just got diagnosed with lung cancer. So the cancer runs deep in families, and like that's the importance of what we're doing today, is trying to encourage men to be proactive when you start feeling sick, or that cough that's been lingering around for long periods of times, or stomach ache,
I got a cough that
whatever it may be,
You'll get seen here.
go out and go see your doctor, go see the physician.
And whatever it may be, if it's whatever it is that's lingering around, don't wait too long to see, to get it looked at.
So you telling me to go? You telling me to go right now?
Well, yeah. Urgent cares, emergency room.
Absolutely.
I recommend, whatever fits you, because I know it's not easy to get up and say, okay, I'm going to go to the emergency room, because you don't know. It's the fear of the unknown. You don't know what the result is going to be at the end of the day, but you do know something is bothering you.
Right.
So 9 times out of 10, whatever it is that is bothering you, they can give you something to fix it, but if you just let it keep, building and growing inside your body, it's taking over. You're allowing it to manifest in your body, and that you don't want, because then that just leaving things unresolved can then lead to cancers. So just taking early steps, early prevention, just being proactive about whatever it is. It could be the cold, a flu, common cold, flu. Right now, so much going around.
I don't know if you know about that. But
there's so much
flu
going around.
Too,
the flu.
So,
yeah, it's like I've heard something about a young girl lost her eyesight because of the flu. And doesn't mean that she wasn't proactive, but it's just that the virus, the strands of virus that are happening in in the 20s, the 2000s now.
Gotcha. I got
it's
you.
just
2020.
These strands are unheard of. They didn't have these back when Jesus was walking on the land.
These man-made, huh?
These man-made.
Corona.
Yeah, coronavirus.
Coronavirus.
Crazy. Like
That's it. But and another one of the things that keep individuals and men and even sometimes women, they're worried about finances. Hey,
I was gonna say that
go
too.
to
I was
that
gonna
hospital,
say like that.
go to that
about that
emergency room.
Some people are scared of death.
They are not
scared of
gonna
death
bill.
instead of death.
Guess what? They're
Wow.
gonna treat you. Yeah, you may get a bunch of bills, in the end, but at the same time, hey, you just set them bills aside. You can repair that credit, because
That's true.
after a while, the hospital
That's
bills
right.
disappear. And I'm not encouraging anybody
You
to
said the
not pay
hospital
their
pills disappear.
Yeah, because if you go to the emergency room and you don't have health insurance, they still gotta see you.
That's true.
right.
So that means therefore you're gonna receive bills. But guess what?
I'm glad you
Take
said
care
that.
of them. Even if you pay them $5 a month, that bill and it take you
Just pay
30
it
years to
down.
pay it.
Mhm.
Just do it. Your
That's
life
right.
is much more important
Absolutely.
Right.
than not getting the treatment that you need.
Okay.
So.
Right.
So I'm going. I ain't scared to go into debt.
Yes, and guess
Right.
what? Those bills are written
Right.
off at times at a certain amount
7
of
years, I
time.
think.
Those doctor bills are just dropped off the credit. So,
Look at you here. What you know about credit?
What you mean? Hey,
hey,
it's going up.
Listen, I
Not
had
only
to
on
go
a
to the
Tuesday,
emergency
okay?
room a few times, and I wasn't able to pay the bill. So, but after a certain period of time, hey, it disappeared off my credit
You
report.
ran off on the plug. You gotta wait. So look. That's a joke, guys. So I want I want people to know, like, where is this based out of? Like, where's Dads Fighting Cancer based out of? Is it West Palm? I know I heard it was in West Palm, but you guys do a lot of stuff in Riviera Beach. What's up?
Yes. So it was actually founded in Lake Park,
Lake Park.
Florida.
Boom.
So we started, and we were actually going to take the garage and turn it into an office space at that time.
I was going to ask you, like, how that conversation started.
Yes.
And was I part of that conversation?
So, I can remember when the vision came to me, the name, everything came to me like clear as day. I was just going through like a very emotional time. I was sitting in my car and it just fell on me, literally just fell on me. I was like, Dads Fighting Cancer is going to be something. I didn't know it was going to be a nonprofit. So I went in the house and I was sharing the information with my mom, and I was like, we got to do something. And, you know, I'm all hyped up. I'm like, we got to do something for men. We got to do something. And so we talked about it more, and then we started getting advice just from a friend of ours who's a consultant who specializes in nonprofits. And as the conversations went on and the days went on and weeks and studies, we started just doing everything that we needed to do, applying with the state, filing all the paperwork, and eventually in about 3 to 4 months or so, we were legit up and running, and we were a official nonprofit. And so that's where the idea of turning the garage into an office came about, because we need a space for our clients. And so
Come to my garage.
Come to the garage.
We'll take care.
So,
I can hear that.
Yes.
so that didn't happen.
No, that didn't happen. I was like, oh, wait a minute.
We thought about the cost.
Yeah, I thought so much the cost.
She was like,
I
don't
just
want
like,
people
I
coming
don't
to
want
my house.
all kind of people coming to my house.
I knew it. I knew it was
That's
going
your
to be
thing.
said.
I don't want all these
Wait a
people
minute, I
coming to
want
my house.
everybody to know where I
I knew it was
live.
going to be said. I knew it was going to be said.
That was the more rational.
What mama want everybody to
The
come to their
mama,
house?
she's more rational. I'm
like,
all excited.
wait a
She's like,
minute. Oh, that's good.
It was a good idea until you said that.
I mean, I pondered it for a minute. I didn't dismiss it right away, but then I started thinking about the pros and the cons. Like, oh no,
I get it, mama. I get
where
it.
I live.
I don't even want my own kids in my house, but that's another story.
woo, child.
It's a joke. So real quick, Shatara. Actually, this question could be for both of you guys. Who could we look forward to seeing more involved with Dads Fighting Cancer?
The
Like,
community.
Community, that's
The
right.
community.
Ding, ding, ding.
We need the mayor, Riviera Beach, West Palm Beach, Palm Beach Gardens, city councilors,
Celebrities.
doctors.
Everywhere.
We need your help. We
The
need your help.
community, because this is just not a Lake Park or West Palm or Riviera Beach. It is a nationwide thing. Cancer is everywhere, but right now we're just gonna start right here in Palm Beach County
That's
and
right.
spread abroad, trying to be an encouragement to the men.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yes.
So I'm about ready to wrap things up here, but
So,
before we wrap
Brennan,
things up,
you
okay.
asked us questions. Now let's give us some of the take on these questions that you're asking us.
Give us something to take.
Yeah, like, how do you feel? I mean, like, go into details as far as like your experience with your father when he was battling cancer.
That's gonna be on the next episode.
Part 2.
Part
Tune
two.
in.
Part 2.
Tune in.
Stay
Tune
tuned
in.
in.
Okay. You
To
don't
the
want to.
third Monday in February.
You
and
don't
we'll
wanna
give
miss it.
you all
Gotcha.
the details.
So yeah, before I wrap things up, where can we locate you guys on social media? Like, how can I find you, or Dads Fighting Cancer, or Facing It Together? Where can I find it?
I'll let Shatara respond.
So we can be found on Facebook at Dads Fighting Cancer, Pastor Tom Spann Senior Organization. A lot of our material and content is listed on Facebook. You'll see videos, just daily posts from us. Also, you can follow us on Instagram at Dads Fighting Cancer, and follow us on YouTube and Facing It Together.
Okay, so for more info, we can reach you via email if you wanted to.
Yes, if you want to send me a personal email, you can reach me at rspan.dfc@gmail.com.
Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, guys. That's it for Dad's Fighting Cancer First podcast. Facing it together. And remember, by His stripes, we are healed. Thank you.
Bye.
See you in part 2.
Stay tuned for part 2.
This for Dad's Fighting Cancer. Hey, this for Dad's Fighting